Well, hello and welcome to a very special episode of Parallel Discover. I am currently working on a Haunted Mansion update video, essentially. While doing that video, I found a lot of surprising things kind of missing from the mansion. Then a new video was released more recently of the Haunted Mansion. Various amount of those items have come back. And as I was going through, I seen it's like, oh, I wonder if everything came back. And no, some stuff is still missing. So here's hoping maybe some of this stuff will be coming back. And if not, maybe they don't know about it, and maybe Imaginarian will watch this video and see that they're missing and then they'll put them in. Or not, I don't know. Let's get started, I guess. So first up, when coming to the mansion, you may notice, of course, all the various changes. In the front of the mansion, hanging on the balcony, there's a wreath. This wreath can be found at the mansion all the time. It's a very common mainstay, and the wreath is still there. But normally it is flanked by two black curtains, or drapes. I don't know if they technically would count as curtains in this case, but there would be two drapes on either side of the wreath. These drapes are one of the things that are still missing from the mansion. Yes, speaking of wreaths, in the conservatory where the little goblin dude's trying to get out of the coffin, there is a stand that would hold a wreath that has a raven on top of it. This wreath, when the mansion first opened up to the public, was missing. But hey, now it's back a couple weeks later. Just past the observatory, there's a little table off to the left, which has a vase on it. This vase normally has a plant in it. When the mansion first opened back up, there was no plant. Now, a few weeks later, that plant is back. In the seance room, on the table, just below Madame Leota's floating crystal ball, you'll see that there's candles and tarot cards on top of it. After the refurb, when it first opened, the cards on Leota's sides were just kind of fanned out in front of her. And this is unlike how they've been before the closure. Since the most recent videos, it is apparent that the cards have now been rearranged in the more familiar way that they were before the closure. I thought that was pretty interesting. So they weren't exactly missing, but it was kind of the way that it wasn't, and now it is the way that it is. That didn't make sense, but I'm probably keeping it in. As we get into the ballroom where all the ghosts are dancing and partying and having a great time, we find that a rug is now missing. This rug, luckily, has returned in the more recent days. Also in the ballroom, there was normally a glass bottle on the floor, and there's a little wine spatter that we can see. This bottle is missing now, and it's still missing even more recently. Hopefully they bring it back. This next one is really intriguing to me, as possibly it would only take the flip of a switch, but I don't know. Anyway, what I am alluding to is that the stars, when the doom buggy is descending from the attic to the graveyard, are now off, or missing, or gone. They're just not there. This is still missing as of these more recent Haunted Mansion videos. And this one would definitely be a bummer if they don't bring it back. Here's hoping somebody just forgot that the stars were tagged out. I don't know. Anyways, if they are, please, Imaginarian, switch them on. Thank you. This one's a little interesting. I just thought I'd bring it in because it's still something that is gone that was there. And in the many past videos I've seen, it seems like it's been a fairly common mainstay. And that is that the gates entering the graveyard have had some overgrowth on them, various plants. Well, in the more recent versions, both right when they opened and the weeks after, the overgrowth is still missing currently while entering the graveyard. This one is obviously not as big as the deal of the stars, but I just thought I'd mention it. Yes, and last up, we have some more missing flora. When you're exiting the ride and you pass Little Leota, there's no longer a large planter with plants. It's just gone. Just Little Leota without plants by her. The plants next to her have definitely changed throughout the years, but I think this is one of the first times, at least that I'm seeing in all of the various videos I've looked at, where there's none at all. I'm certain they must have seen this or know about this, and maybe there's some plants on the way that are great and grandiose. But hey, at least they didn't put in some AI plants as a placeholder. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this more fast and loose Parallel Discover video. My usual videos take a lot of time to make, and I think I need to start putting in some content to space out these long gaps of nothingness. So I hope this helps, and until next time, I guess. Oh yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe.